Hey guys, it's Mike from the Indie Band Alliance, and I just want to put together a really quick video to give you help for any bands out there that are looking to find their audience online. This is a question that I see occasionally where people are saying, you know, one of the things I teach in the 1K fan formula is finding and marketing to SSBs, which are similar sounding bands. And so that way, you know, these are bands that you feel sound similar to your music, and that hopefully, you know, by marketing to these bands, that the audience for this band is also going to be interested in your band as well. And some people get hung up on this. They're not sure, well, what bands sound like me and different things like this. And one trick to doing this is actually using a very popular site online. It's an e-commerce store that's got a huge database, so why not use their information to find out more about how to reach your potential customers? And what site would that be? Well, if you guessed Amazon.com, then you would be right. Okay, so at Amazon.com, what happens is you can use Amazon's information to be able to help you figure out where your audience, what kind of music they like. So my band was heavily inspired by Metallica. Okay, so if I put in Metallica in the search here, and then there's MP3s. You can look at the MP3s if you want. But what I'm going to do is, now the thing that's also cool about this is you can also, Metallica's put out a lot of albums. You can also, by choosing a particular album, okay, so let's just say my band sounded more like, you know, Black Album Metallica. You could click on the Black Album, or Master of Puppets if that was more your sound or whatever. And this is how you get Amazon working for you. If you scroll down here, and again, this might be something that you've seen many times but just didn't think about doing. Scroll down, scroll down. This is, we're getting there. We're almost there. Stay with me. This is where we're at here. Customers who bought this album also bought. Now obviously on this first page you see all these other Metallica albums, okay? Naturally it makes sense. Now you can't see this. It says page 1 of 17. So there's 17 pages, and there's a little arrow right to the right of my cursor here, and when I click that, it's going to give me another list of bands, okay? So again, we've got mostly Metallica, but look who's here. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits. Okay, so similar sounding band. If we sound similar to, you know, the Black Album Metallica, chances are people are also going to be into Guns N' Roses that like that. Okay, and let's get some other bands. Okay, AC/DC, Pantera, Vulgar Display, Nevermind, Core, Van Halen. Now, let me tell you something. My band was heavily influenced by Metallica, but I pretty much, all of these bands that have come up are all bands that I listen to as well. So this is working for me. This is good stuff, okay? Pearl Jam, Megadeth, Def Leppard. Okay, some of these are getting a little farther away. I wasn't the biggest Def Leppard fan. I did like Megadeth. Wasn't overly huge on Pearl Jam, but you're getting a good idea. So how do you use this information? Well, and there's Ozzy Osbourne, Skid Row, Queensryche, Evanescence, Linkin Park. Anyway, so what goes from here is you pick some of these bands that you think resonates the best with your crowd, and you look for forums. Okay, you go online to Google and just type in forum. So here we are at Google, and I'm going to type in Guns N' Roses forums. So what you need to do now is, okay, forums will start coming up, and okay, new GNR forum, we'll try this one. Now I'm not going to go through every single one, but what you want to do is come to a forum site like this. Usually if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll be able to see how many members are in there. So there's 929 guests currently, so that's a lot of people. You want to make sure there's lots of people on these forums, otherwise you're wasting your time. You want to get your music in front of people, right? So there's a lot of, looks like there's a lot of activity going on. So here's new members area. That's a great place to start. Now the next thing that I want to find out to make sure it's worth my time is come on in and look to see if you can actually have signature links. Okay, now a signature is a part at the bottom of a message where you can have a quote or something like that. And okay, right here, this person's got a little quote here, and then it looks like this looks like a link, but it's not coming up as a clickable link on my screen. So you want to have a clickable link, so that way what happens is you come in here, you'd become part of the community. You would, ask questions or answer questions if you know about anything. If there's a spot where you can talk about your band, go ahead and do it. You don't need to, again, you never want to spam anybody. You want to add relevant information. But ideally you'd have a link right here. They may give you a link as part of your profile. So let's take a look. Okay, it's not going to let me look. But you'll get at least a backlink as well. You can put your band website in, usually when you create the profile, which is cool. But ideally you'll find one, you want to find a site that's busy and that's got a spot where you can put a signature link at the bottom of each post. So that way what happens is if you add value to this community, then if people will read your stuff and they'll eventually see a link and they'll say, hey, I'm going to go click on this, and they get taken to a squeeze page for your band or to a Twitter page or something like that. You want to get them somewhere where you can hopefully convert them into a fan or get their email address or something like that. So anyway, this is the technique. It's going to take some work. It's not going to happen on the first try. You might have to look at a few different forums, and again, you should be picking bands that sound similar to your band. Ideally you'd be a fan of the band as well, so you can talk knowledgeably about it, or get somebody from the band who is a fan of Guns N' Roses and get them to, that'll be part of their job, that they can sign up to a couple of forums and engage with the community there. And so that's a great way, by using Amazon, to find out some of the other bands that are interested in that sounds similar to the music that you're inspired by and influenced by. And then that's a good use, doing a search under those bands to find out the forums that people hang out and talk about these bands. It's a great place for you to go in, mention your band, and hopefully create some new fans that way as well. It's going to take some time, it's going to take some work, but it can work for you and your band. So hopefully this has been helpful. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. Thanks for watching. This is Mike from the IndieBandAlliance.com. Take her easy.